Hello everyone, I am here today to do a little bit of a different video, but I thought that you all might want to know a little bit more about me. So I have today for you 50 facts about me. So grab yourself a hot drink and learn a bit more about me. Number 1, my favourite colour is blue, followed by probably red. My favourite anime of all time is probably Bakemonogatari, and then my favourite manga is One Piece. I've been cosplaying for about 6-7 years now, with a mixture of both bought and made costumes. I really love reading, and my favourite book is probably... wow, that's like choosing a favourite child. Probably Catcher in the Rye. Wizard's First Rule is another really good book. An Interview with the Vampire I think is wonderful. I really love animals, and my favourite animal is probably a snow leopard. Throughout growing up, I've had a lot of different pets, a mixture of dogs and cats and fishes and rabbits, and my mum also has horses. I really love tattoos and piercings, probably a little bit more than I should, and it freaks my parents out, but I can't help it. I currently have 3 tattoos and a bunch of ear piercings, but I'm definitely planning to get more. My birthday is on the 10th of December and I was born in 1997. I've lived in the same house my entire life and I've never once moved. I do, however, wish to live in Canada for a short amount of time, or a long amount of time, depending how it goes. I really love the TV show The Office, the American one, and I've literally seen every episode a dozen times or something, and I can just keep watching it, and I still find every joke funny. As you can probably tell by my background, I really really love buying fan art. I think it's just absolutely wonderful, and I especially love that each artist does something a little bit different, and it's amazing. I actually have quite a small room compared to I think a lot of other people, but that hasn't stopped me from cramming absolutely everything I love into it. Like many people, I am a complete and utter sucker for cute stationery, even though I'm like, why am I buying this notebook? I'm probably not even going to write in it because it's so cute, yet I still buy more and more. Oh, and same with cute pens. Cute pens are my weakness. My dad and also my brother really like playing video games, so that kind of influenced me when I was younger into loving them, and now I am probably too obsessed with them. I have a lot of fond memories when it comes to video games, especially because each time I was growing up I was playing something different, so it started with like Club Penguin and then RuneScape and then League of Legends and WoW and everything in between. I have never broken a bone before, and hopefully I won't. However, I have actually had my thyroid removed because there was a lot of issues with it. I played basketball for about 8 years or so, and although I don't play anymore, I still love the sport. My mum is from Queensland, so I have a lot of family up in Queensland, and we take a trip up there almost yearly. Palm Cove in Queensland is like a second home to me, and I know the place really well. I really like soundtrack music, and especially listening to it when I am doing something else. And one of my favourite artists is called John Dreamer. I really love photography, and I got that from my dad and all of his side of the family because we're all big photography lovers. I'm the type of person where if I'm in a situation where I feel really comfortable, aka conventions, I can be really loud and out there. However, if I'm in a situation where I either don't know anyone or I'm not that comfortable, I completely shut up and it's very hard to get me to talk. I would say that I have pretty strong opinions on certain things, but I really love discussing stuff, and if you get me started on certain topics, I literally won't shut up, and I feel really bad for my friends, but I can't help it. I love tea, and I pretty much drink at least 1 cup a day. However, I like to have a lot of sugar with it and a lot of milk. I really love fantasy, whether it's movies or books or themes. I think it's all just wonderful. My favourite subject growing up was always philosophy, and that goes back to just me talking about everything non-stop. I've never been that much into fashion, however jewellery is something that I've always loved, and I love collecting it, and I find I use that to express myself more than clothing. My all-time favourite movie is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Then my all-time favourite song, you guessed it, is the Time Warp. I find that I have slightly weird interests, things that kind of contradict each other a little bit. For instance, I'm a massive fan of Game of Thrones and I love it. However, I also completely adore Digimon and can watch that non-stop. I have 4 people in my immediate family. It's my mum and my dad and my brother Jared. I really, really like plushies, like more than a 19-year-old probably should. But they are just so, cute. Look at them. Oh. I don't have a fear of heights, but I do have a fear of going underground. I love learning new things, but I think like a lot of people, I like learning them on my own time. I have a pretty hard time falling asleep just because I'm constantly thinking of costumes or fantasy lands or things that I could be doing instead. I have a really easy sense of humour, I guess. I can literally laugh at anything and laugh genuinely. I actually didn't watch much Disney growing up. I was quite a tomboy, so I loved Sonic and Pokemon and Digimon instead. However, that being said, the one movie which, besides Alice in Wonderland, that I absolutely adored was Lilo and Stitch. I enjoy writing, however my spelling is really horrible. I only realised this a couple of years ago, but I get really emotional over things that don't need to be emotional. I am literally crying at fictional characters getting hurt or dying or just a really emotional scene. I think probably one of the most important things a person can have is respect. This is horrible, but my family and I, we watch a lot of reality TV, probably more than we should, but we can't help it. My favourite flavour when I was younger was always chocolate, but I've found myself loving caramel the most now. I much prefer making props and weapons and whatnot for cosplay rather than sewing, because sewing is evil. One of my favourite things to do here is to take my 2 beautiful dogs up to the local reserve and walk around and just enjoy the quiet. I really love candles and incense and anything magical, and I really have too much of it all. I must admit, being quite introverted, I do generally prefer curling up in front of the fire with some good fan fiction instead of going out for the night. I really, really like the sound of rain and wind and thunder. I've pretty much always had long hair. I don't remember ever cutting it short, and the shortest I've probably gone is just below the shoulders. And a bonus fact for everyone, I'm a huge dork, and I love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me. Until my next video, take care and I'll catch you later. Bye!